Alright. Hello and welcome to this stream. I am Mjrlun online, and this is me working on Adventus, as the live stream suggests. Adventus is a game that I am developing, which is based off of a Minecraft mod I was working on. On last stream I explained exactly how that all works, but I'll give a brief synopsis for anyone new. I made a Minecraft mod, which is decent, and I've continued developing it to the point where it's nearly not even, or nearly, or perhaps even, probably, not even really Minecraft anymore. However, I would like to merge it with another project I was working on called Adventus, to where these two can complement each other, in the sense that I'll have the features of one game be merged with the engine and vision of the other. And the goal of the game is to, which I didn't actually get into, the goal of the game is to be better, at least in my vision, better than Minecraft, which I think has fallen from its original game design, as well as just as a general game is much worse than it used to be, but as well as to provide some more, I say some more fantasy elements into it, while not jeopardizing the whole atmosphere of the game, as well as being more subtly Catholic, because I think that's important these days to, if not, you're not outright just teaching the faith, at least imbue it into the what you're working on. So that's the idea. Now, what I'm working on right now is I'm going to pull up this tab right here. I am working on this section right here, but essentially trying to finish up my, go ahead and close Discord from, that doesn't need to be open. Right now I'm working on trying to get all the biome specific loot, biome specific blocks set up, mostly just wood is what's biome specific, but you know, I'll I'll go back through and modify this as I think of ideas. The whole idea of all this is so that each biome, even if, you know, the structure is the same, still have villages, still have strongholds, still have mine shafts, but they'll be a little different in every biome to give it a little more flavor. Each biome could specify its loot depending on what structure, just, you know, and it can also, whenever structure is being made, it'll be able to choose between all these different blocks. It doesn't apply to like dungeons or generation, but it applies to the big structure. It's multi-part structures, so works out in the end. Now, the thing after that is going to be this next tab here. Well, okay, not that. Well, this is kind of all it. I will need to add this, but this was probably for later. So I guess I'll move it down here. I can easily do some of this, but these two are the main thing. I need to fix all the errors, which there aren't actually that many, but these are because I changed how chunk storage works to a much more efficient system, but I have not fully implemented it in some specific areas, mainly how chunks are generated and how chunks are loaded from packets from the server to the client. It was relatively small technical challenges, but it'll take a little bit of thinking. But once we're done with that, a little more, I have all these different things I want to work on. Some of these may or may not be added. I ended up just chucking some of these. But once we get to here, all this is done. Whatever I decide to keep, what I decide to not actually go ahead with, we're going to start with the implementing the Adventus part, which is why the project's called Adventus, is because this is where it actually becomes Adventus. Right now it's technically not. It's Minecraft Renewed, which is what it used to be called. But it will become Adventus. Trust me. I'm not going to leave it as Minecraft Renewed, because if I did, then I wouldn't be able to make it a game. It would just be a Minecraft mod, and I would owe royalties to Microsoft, to say the least. Which I don't want to be doing, because it's my project and not theirs, so, you know. Try to make it to where it's no longer theirs in substance. At the very least, that is. Of course, I want it to be want it to be mined as much as it can be, of course. But there's a lot of principles from Minecraft I think should be kept, which is why we have some of these. I think I still have alpha foliage in here. Oh, that's right. It just, yeah, that makes sense. Alpha, it was moved towards just a coloration change. Excuse me. Rather than a texture change, except for these 4 saplings. Everything else is done through that. I shall have to test in a bit, but that's not important right now. Okay, let me start the music at least. All right, I didn't expect that one. There we go. I recorded myself singing some of these, but I didn't filter the audio right, and so it doesn't sound great. So I'll just skip over those. I use too much stuff because of the vroom vrooms outside of my window. These people are really noisy with without their muffler on their exhaust. It's really annoying. So it makes audio recording terrible for anything like formal, which is what audio, I guess, like a song like this would be. All right. Did I get through this? I did. Okay, I did all these. Yep. Okay. So next one's gonna be, these last 2 are gonna be the trickier ones. It's completely different. Start with forest, because that's what it's similar to. Taiga has a very wide range of temperatures. It can be from anywhere from like forest to snowy. It's just how it works, biome generation in this. Because it's all noise oriented. It's like, it's basically just temperature 0 to 1, gradient, and then same with humidity. Let's see, yeah, I don't have anything. Good. Unsurprising, I've not streamed in like a year. So, when was the last time I streamed actually? Here we go. When's the last time I did anything? Yep, a year ago. It's crazy. A year ago. How long ago? August of 2023. Okay, I see. I gotta see all of my, I don't know why it still has any information about that. I guess it's their playlist. Still have the really old YouTubers I used to watch on my YouTube account, which I post videos on. I don't use it for personal stuff because I don't want all that to interfere with, you know. I don't want to be having my playlist being public. So yeah, anyway. I probably could commandeer the account again and just use it directly, but I haven't bothered with it. Alright. So I'm gonna change everything. Oh wait, I need to grab the one for Savannah because try that. Where is it? Okay, that makes sense to an extent, at least. Looking for Change everything from birch to spruce. So this is basically almost the exact same for, I'm actually gonna make this even, like, higher, because taigas should be pretty arid. Start getting, no, actually, well, that'll be tundra. Tundra will be really arid. It won't be almost anything rotten. So let's be that. Alright. Cool. Oh yeah, I changed the record too. Where's this gonna be? This eventually will not matter because I'll be putting in the sorts of things that you're listening to right now into the game instead of Minecraft music. Because I definitely can't stay unless I convince C418 to give me the rights to it, which is almost never gonna happen. But I can ask him. It's nothing, you know. He could be like, sure, but it'd just be kind of weird because it's like, why are you using other games' music for your game? So. Totally keep talking over these really nice chants. Some of my favorites, actually. I increased the echo on these intentionally because that's what it's supposed to sound. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, I think, this one. Actually, I'll do this one. It's gonna be fun. Part of me is conflicted, although it's objectively the case. I don't want to get caught up in nostalgia, because it leads nowhere. Unfortunately, it leads nowhere, even though it's very pleasurable sometimes to go through nostalgia. It has no value in the end. Which is funny, because actually this project was in part created because of nostalgia, but, you know, it didn't stay very down there for very long. It was just an impetus, which sometimes nostalgia is good impetus for things, but you should never stick in the nostalgia. Okay, what is the ore looking like in here? More diamonds? What? Hold on. I know that the rainforest is the most diamonds. If I remember correctly, yeah, 12. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look at the replay of the stream. I guess I should try looking in OBS instead. There we go. Yeah. Try to see how the FOV is on the camera. I think I have to tilt this bad boy down a little bit. That'll work better. It's just a huge hassle trying to figure out what I should do for all this. Okay, so iron is more than slightly more than usual. Actually, gold is a lot. That's a lot of gold. I was not paying attention to the gold. I forgot because this was like a month or two ago when I was making all this. Oh yeah, and then emerald is the only exists in tundras. So that's fun. Now, if anyone uses this in the future, in like a year in the future or whatever, and uses it to like figure out the ore distribution, honestly, hats off to you, and though it'll probably would get tweaked, depending on how I like the balance. People use these live streams to figure out like how the game works. I mean, I can't really complain, because, I mean, I put it on the internet. It doesn't mean you have the right to steal it, by the way. You never have the right to steal things, trust me. Well, you don't have to trust me, you can just trust Almighty God. He will, It will reward the just and punish the unjust in eternity, so watch your back. I try to, personally at least. Let's see, so I'm gonna go ahead. Keeps doing that. Hold on. Here. It's gonna be an audio. It's one of these. Oh, here, no, it's this one. It, file cache needs to be like 30 milliseconds. Okay. There you go. Keeps cutting off the first second. So ridiculous. It's a weird bug. Or this loot is weak. Wait, what? Man, trying to keep track of all this is like a complete nightmare. Part of me wishes, whenever I was putting this together, that I just kept on rewriting it every time, because it used to be slightly different, rather than just cutting or like picking things. But well. I forget what I did for all these. A zombie there. I'm gonna do skeleton. Just give people a little fun. You can get the skulls by killing the mobs as well with a specific sword, with a rare chance, but this works. Alright, for the tundra, we're not gonna do anything rotten because it doesn't make any sense. At least for wood, but there will still be mossy. There's still moss. Well, is there moss? Yeah, there's still moss, but there isn't really, like, rotting wood. The only thing that's gonna grow here is probably, like, potatoes. So, we're gonna go straight Irish. That would be... There you go. Gonna remove the books. Can't be literate if you're in the middle of the Arctic. You can, but you don't have, you know. This is all like rough, you know, little things. So when I come back, I'll come back here, probably in a bit. I mean, in a while. Let's see, what does the order distribution look like? Okay, so everything but emeralds is kind of eh. It's kind of mid. Why don't I just copy this? Okay. Let me go check out all the different skulls because they're pretty fun. Not a player skull, obviously. Not a giant zombie skull. Doesn't make any sense. Let's do yeah, let's do the snowman skull. Let's do a snowman skull. That'll be good. Snowman. All right. And definitely no apples. I'm gonna go ahead and actually got apples totally from this, and from Taiga because they shouldn't be there in the first place. Shouldn't be any in Savannah either, because that's using birch. I don't believe that drops from birch. If I remember correctly. Let's see, seasonal forest. Sure, we'll add that in there. Shrubland, they can stay. I'm really excited to see the seasonal forest, because it's gonna look really cool. But I don't get to see it for a while, unfortunately. I really am excited to see how all this turns out. Maybe we'll be able to get most of it done tonight. I don't know. Okay, so there's all those errors. I want to go back through and, like, you know, add... Oh, I do want to add some more things. Hold on. Add this also to the dungeon loot. You know, little rare trinkets, little fun things. Alright. There's a lot of coal in this biome. Isn't it the same as the forest biome? Yeah, I need to change that. It's not supposed to be the way it is. Okay, what about rainforest? I forgot to change this one too. Okay. It's another one I can choose. It's really just spider and cave spider left over. Sure, let's do spider skull. And then cave spider skull. Eh. I thought I wrote it like that. There you go. Just wrote it wrong, apparently. Okay. Can't believe we had the snowman skull. That's funny. Eh? Gotta love ancient code from the guy who was writing the mod before you were. But it's been like 6 years ago now. That's so long ago. So long ago. Yep. Oh well. Honestly, I don't even necessarily mind a lot of the change, like a lot of like the little itty bitty changes that new Minecraft has of like the different noise changes and, you know, little AI changes and stuff like that. That's a little you know, cute, and it's definitely good for like a big studio to be able to refine those things. But as like a single guy working on the project, it's like I don't have the time to be working on those sorts of things unless it's like I think it's really important. I can't just be like, I'm gonna just like stick a guy on, like, you know, making this little thing a little better. I guess I can do it myself, but I'm just dragging the project. I've done it a lot, which is why I'm saying this, is I need to stop doing it. Whereas I don't need to. Alright, so Chunk Watcher, what's going on here? Ah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. I actually like that idea. Do I like that idea? I'm trying to think if I like that idea. Um, all this is gonna end up getting completely obliterated anyway. Well, in the future, because yeah, the lock positions are going to turn into a three-dimensional long vector. I realize that's probably not a good idea. Actually, I should probably make it an integer vector, but nah, that's fine. I'll figure that out in the Adventus engine when we get to that part. But I basically made it to where the position vector is anything. It's just three longs, which is not very effective, I recognize, but I'll fix that later. Basically, it goes back to how it was originally in Minecraft, before I did the compaction trick. So, and with Adventus, I think I'm going to keep the lighting engine, even though we're not going to have a light map anymore, so it's not going to be visible. It's just going to be used for AI and like player temperature and stuff like that, just so, like, so the game can understand what the light is around, but not for you to be able to see it. Because it just, you can do it. I'm sure it's not that difficult in Vulkan, but it'd be an absolute pain for me to implement. To make the engine around it, and I don't really feel like doing that. But let's see. I'll probably end up needing to implement a lot of different modifications to how the Vulkan works in that engine to make it more versatile to different graphical pipelines and so on. Because you can't just have one. It doesn't make any sense. Does it make sense? You know what? Let me go figure out how I wrote it. I'm gonna go take a look quickly because I'm not really.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Yeah, I would make this a. What is this referenced? Hmm. Hmm. I see. Yeah, it's all long.
Et ero illorum Dominum
I don't really know if it matters. It is double the data, but it might matter for the lighting engine, actually. It's not worth it right now, though. Definitely not worth it right now. I just wanted to see, and then for... Let's go into here.
Angeli Domini Domini hymnum digite
Not here.
et super exaltate
There's going to be a lot of changes, I think, to merge these two projects together, just because I have to, like, in a lot of ways, de-Minecraftify just the way everything is done to more fit this idea. But I do want to see if I can merge it. I forgot to fix this. Oh. Oh yeah, this is that one. That one's not gonna be able to change. More of this stuff, okay. Yeah, I remember working on a bunch of Adventus stuff. Oh, what? This literally isn't even... Just the Minecraft class. This isn't even... Dog, what? I still have the Minecraft SRC from like a while back. I should honestly just delete this. There's nothing to gain from that I don't already... Yeah. For some reason, Eclipse cannot compile my code, and I haven't been able to figure out why. But it doesn't like it. Not really sure. Alright, I'm interested as you should be able to switch out at least the shader. Let me see. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Iluxerunt corus. Excuse me. Yep, I see. It's hard coded everything. In a sense, you can change it with like a resource pack, but yeah, it's gonna become variable. These three have to change to where I can in the future. That is, whenever I get back into writing this, where I can change it. Once I get it working, I'm going to make it this where this stuff is variable because you can't just have like one set of pipelines so you can it basically means I can generate the world, but I can't render anything else. Except for like the basic GUI, basic lighting, basic or global lighting, global mesh generation and UI, and it's like, no, that ain't gonna work. No. I think you probably do a lot of fun stuff with shaders, so maybe it won't matter in the end, but it means nothing can have a special shader for it if it needs one. So you gotta have like an all-in-one shader or something like that. So that's to be a very versatile shader if you want it to do that. And be able to put the inputs to where it can you know, basically turn into OpenGL fixed pipeline, but Vulkan, which doesn't make sense. But you could do it, I guess, if you really want to. In this case, we have PBR, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but... Alright, let's get back to this. That was for, third Sunday after Epiphany. This one keeps ringing in my head, yet I couldn't find it for ages. Turns out it's an offertory. I was like, oh, that explains it, because I don't sing those usually. It's only gonna affect because as soon as you set the block, it. It's fine. Well, actually, it does matter. So, Ah.
Protector noster, aspice Deus, et respice in faciem Christi tui, quia melior est dies una in Tristus.
You're correct, actually, it's. I can barely even hear myself through these headphones. Probably shouldn't be singing. Okay, so
Concupiscit et deficit anima mea in atria Domini. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui
let's extend the other one. Ah.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper
Okay, so
et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Protector noster,
yeah,
aspice
this is rough. Part of me is wondering if I should prepare the way, as it were, for the Adventus engine. Oh, my engine or my volume was too high. I may need to bump it down a little bit. There you go. I'll put it there. Okay. Well, that might be a little too low, but bump it a little bit this way. There we go. Let's leave it there. Okay. Debating whether I should, because I'm gonna have to at some point, so I don't know why I'd write it the way I want to. Just doing a temporary fix for sake of consistency with the current engine, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna change it anyway. But I don't want to... And it's such a weird balance. If I, okay, so if I just go for it, then I, make it to where it's like the new engine, then it's kind of for this current version, 'cause it's not optimized for it. But if I choose this, then I'll have to rewrite it later. I mean, it won't be as hard to rewrite it. It's just a matter of like another refactoring pass. The whole lighting engine's gonna hate me after that, though. So we'll see. But I don't actually. Yeah, I think I'll just keep within the scope of this because I'm end up changing how position vector works because 3 longs is ridiculous. Is it? Yeah, technically the engine could support it, but like, who in their right mind is gonna go out to 9 quintillion blocks? That is absurd. Hold on. Let's go figure out how much that is. All right. Let's go find long dot max value. Trying to find like some. Here we go. Trying to find how I'll get long without having to look it up in a more annoying way. Okay, where's max value? Here we go. Grab this bad boy. Is it even a light year? Be kind of funny. Long depth max value is almost 1,000 light years. That's quite a few. Yeah, I don't think my Minecraft is going to be 1,000 light years long. I was thinking like maybe like the circumference of the Earth in one axis. So ironically, actually, hold on. So here's what I wanted to do. I want to do 2 times pi times 2. Sorry. I'm gonna do that times 637 it's the diameter or the radius of the Earth. All right. Times 1,000 because it's gonna be in meters. All right, so that's 40 million meters. Apparently. And then we're gonna do 637 2 times 1,000. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this into programming land. I guess I could do log base 2, but just trust me, this is easier. Right shift. We're gonna do, or sorry. Actually, I guess I do need to do log base 2 of that. Do I have the ability to do that? No, we'll use Desmos. This is way easier for this sort of thing. All right, log base of 63712 1,000 base 2 2 of 63711. Nope, not. Okay. Log base 2. We'll probably do like a, I don't know, a good old healthy, like 1,024. That's too much. Is that too much? Well, how thick is the crust really like? It's probably gonna be more like, yeah, it's probably gonna be more like, Not too like, dude. This is don't worry. This is actually really easy to calculate. This is like 16, yeah. So 66, just over. Let's go. Just barely over long. So, yeah, you can understand what my struggle is. Yeah. It could almost work. I'm checking my math right now in my head right now. Okay, yep, it's just the diameter, height, and then it's circumference, width of a rectangular map. Excuse me. Although in actuality, it's going to be less than that. It's probably going to be like 99% of that. So I guess I can do like... Doesn't really change much though, no. It's about the same. Alright, so... I want to do an Earth-sized planet. Make sure I get my... Oh, that's right, it's going to be even bigger. Uh-huh. Okay. I realize it's actually going to be different. Because I'm stupid. Hold on. Alright. Let's take this magic number. Plunk this in here. If I'm doing cubits, I might actually just stick with meters, to be honest. I don't really want to, but I think I'm gonna have to because it's Minecraft based. Those stinking Swedes and their meters. Yeah, I'll just stick with meters. It's probably good for the game anyway. Oh well. It's fine. Everyone's doing meters though, which is why it's so boring. That's why I wanted to do cubits. Well, that's not one of the reasons. So I'm not really sure. Still no one's sticking around. Anyone even showed up? Nope. Alright. Fair enough. So... Either we change the diameter of the Earth that I'm working with, or something else has got to go. We do a 10th scale. That drops 7 bits off. Interesting. Or I divide that, it would be... Yeah, or 16 kilometers. I mean, 16 kilometers is a very long distance, to be honest, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. Okay. Okay, so if we add those up, about 20 kilometers between the lowest part of the ocean to the highest peak. It's funny because it's literally on the same continent, but or like around the same area. It's Mount Everest and the Mariana Trench, which are one's in Polynesia, one's in Nepal. So, man, okay. Um, I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly realistic if I want it, if I really want it to be like that, but I think it would be a good idea to have really massive terrain at least, and have really deep ground. The oceans don't have to be that deep. Because like I don't know what I'm gonna put in the bottom of them. It'd be a very big bummer to fall into an ocean. Just like straight up. Just sink for like for a very, very long time. So I guess that works. There's That's how we can get to the magic number and keep the diameter of the Earth still the same. All right, I'll consider it. Oh wait, let me open. Hold on. I'm opening my drive quickly to put this Adventus feature brainstorm. Okay. This is true. This is very true. I can use some trickery. I can have a position class, but it just stores along. Um, True. Class is essentially just a box. It's a box class. Programmers will not understand what that means at all. It's essentially all it does is it makes it to where you can add code alongside the primitive just like number. Because typically it's just a number basically. Because Java's weird. It doesn't allow like doesn't support that innately. They're currently working on it, but I haven't seen Java 24 yet or like Java 25. Let's see. Does Grawl have it yet? No. Still 23. Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen for a long time. But anyway, let's stop dawdling and actually try to figure out how this thing works. Figure out how to get this all to happen. Okay. Wait, what? Dog, what? What is this? This is magic. Straight up magic here. Okay. Hmm. I see what's going on here. Okay, now I understand. You're compacting it down to where it's just 4 bytes per position. It's a lot per position. Huh. I have a better idea. Is it including the... No. Huh. No, that's... Okay, it's gonna have to change. To completely reimagine this class. And it ain't staying the same. Play that much. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, a lot of this stuff is actually easy to port over to, yeah, a lot of this stuff is actually easy to port over to the other engine because it's basically the same code. I just tweaked a few things for the sake of, this. Alright. I need to move this out of the way somehow. That's not making a lot of noise. Alright, that's better. Just need to be off the screen so I can see properly. Okay. I have an idea.
In justitia tua libera me. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto. Sicut erat in
Is it?
principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Est in
It's
Deum
literally just save like one bit or 1 byte. I mean, the stuff adds up, I guess. But
et in locum
I'm doing this intentionally for posterity purposes.
ut salvum me facias, quoniam firmamentum meum et refugium meum est
I remember now why I did that. Okay. This won't matter, I don't think, actually, in the new whole thing, because it'll just be 0 to... It'll be all positive numbers. But I have this because the domain is negative, and so I just put a little flag bit so that it's just because negative numbers go weird in programming. I don't know exactly why. They don't just like mark one bit at the end, they just make it sure it's the same range for the whole thing, but they don't. I think it's just do with like bit shifts, but when you're compressing it, it's way easier to, because then you can have as many bits as you want after that. Just have one bit as the flag, and then. But the good news is that if you don't have those negative values, that means I get those bits back. I get 2 bits back. It's great. So I'll just do 0 to however many. That's why I was talking about. Oh, well, I guess this works. Can I get a little? There we go. Yeah, 64 bits. How many bits are in a long? So A would be X. I get, or would it be X? No, this would be more like. Yeah, right. There you go. There you go. Yeah, this would be X. This would be Z. This would be Y. So up is C. This would be Z. So this is like going north south. This would be east west because it's a sphere. Now, in actuality, it's not going to be like that. In actuality, it's going to be more like well, it's be more like how far would I have to take this? Really? Man, it's lousy. I have to divide it by 2 before it goes down by a single one. That makes sense, mathematically speaking, but okay. Like 9 or whatever. That's gonna drive me nuts if I remove the ceiling. It's like... You serious? Hold on. What do is that? Like 0.8 diameter, and it's like easy. Eh. Oh, I don't need that. Thank you. Uh. Ooh. Okay. It's divided by a lot in order to get to go down at all in terms of bits. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Alright, cool. So... One block change. I'm thinking personally that I just do both, and I don't do the four fluid thing. I just make it to where it's grabbing both always. It's a little less efficient, but that means significantly less efficient bit-wise, or like data-wise, but I don't know how much I care about that when it comes to this particular issue. I care more about it not being terrible. It's a program. Because when it comes to the chunk data, you bet. Like when it's sending the whole chunk, it's going to be sending everything. Sending multiple blocks, it's probably going to be sending both. Man, it's sending a lot of data. The good news is that the way I have it written, it will be compactified. Give me a moment. Alright. So. It's very odd that it's like the moment that I, hold on. Give me a moment. You still hear me, I think. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Like the moment, the moment that I added the Discord for Adventus, some guy joins and then immediately leaves. I'm not really sure why, but you know, I don't know how you accidentally join a Discord and a YouTube description, but sure. Oh, anyway. I'm gonna have to do that. Okay.
Dum venerit Paraclitus Spiritus Veritatis Ille arguet mundum de peccato et de justitia et de judicio. Alleluia. Alleluia. Ad te levavi anima meam, Deus meus, in te confido, non
There we go. Ah.
Non confundentur.
Not enough bits. You know what? You know what? You're right. 63 bits is, or 31 bits ain't enough for metadata. It's got to be 32. Negative metadata values definitely makes sense. It doesn't. It's already too many, but I gave a whole integer for the metadata values.
sicut erat in principio, et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Adeleva via anima meam, Deus meus, in te confido, non erubet.
I'm not exactly sure why I would want that to be that way. If I'm reading that right. Okay. What does this do? What? This does nothing. What kind of joke is this? Just nothing. We might as well just yoink it out of here. Bye.
Unde huic sapientia haec et virtutes non nehic est fabri
I can't help something that wasn't, like, it just isn't there. Like, it's, I'm sorry. This doesn't work.
dicitur Maria. Alleluia. Alleluia. Alleluia.
I realize that I'm going to... Yeah, it's just because it's just not how it works. Unless I straight up...
Tollite iugum meum super vos, et dicite a me, qui amiti sum et humilis
I think that's the wub-wubs of someone's radio outside, okay.
invenietis requiem animabus vestris. Alleluia.
Shouldn't have copied this. I can't be bothered. Type out that whole sentence again. It's guaranteed to be a fluid anyway, so I can't really be picky. Alright.
Omnes angeli eius, potentes virtute, qui facitis
It's gonna be in a chunk. Lighting. What does it do again? Does it just directly insert? Like, is there no... Yay. Okay. Hold on. Ah, yeah, it just puts it directly. Okay. Okay, I'll figure that out.
et in saecula saeculorum. te Dominum, omnes angeli eius, potentes virtute, qui facitis verbum eius, ad audiendam vocem sermonum eius.
Okay. This mask better be... Okay, the mask is working properly. Okay. There's no method for this in the world, so you just have to manually insert. I mean, basically just ends up writing out the thing. I mean, it's pretty similar for this, but there's no, like, you know. De Manuel Rodis et omni expectatione ebis Judeorum. Debating. Be the better plan. One? Okay, so here's... That's what I should explain. Ugh. One plan is more CPU intensive. One plan is more memory intensive. The plan that's more memory intensive, or I guess network intensive, is the one where I guess technically it can be. It's not necessarily the case, but it can be. Is the one method I currently have implemented, where you can essentially, it's just taking out a range. This is too hard to explain. Basically, it's an imprecise method of doing it, where I said it just takes the range ends of the data set, where, you know, the first position to the last position, and then it just finds everything in between and then gives you that. It's much more simple. The other alternative is more CPU intensive, mostly on the recipient. So for the client, not for the server, really. The server all has to do is pull a bunch of positions, but which is somewhat, I guess, has some degree of expensiveness, but not really too bad. The hard part is the setting of all the blocks is not as easy as you might think, because of the method I'm using. Makes it to where it's much better to read than it is to write. Well, not necessarily. It's just more a complicated process to write than it is to read, which makes it harder for the CPU to optimize it. It's not the same process. It depends on what its neighbors are. So that's a little too complicated to explain right now, but essentially what it means is that it's not going to be as efficient. But it's a trade-off I made because the memory is like... The potential memory decrease is like many orders of magnitude. So it's worth it, but for stuff like this, it's like, well, which one do I prefer? You see an argument for either one, to be honest. Okay, what's the maximum amount of things you can have? 64? Hold on. So that'd be... Oh, it says, yep, and then we divide by 64. Oh. Yeah, so the 64th of the whole thing, the whole structure. So maximum amount of blocks. It can be anywhere in the chunk, right? I don't think I can even. Yeah, I don't think I even can use that method then. Oh, speaking of things that are gonna have to change, which is fun, quote unquote, is chunks in the new game are not going to be columns anymore. This is a bummer, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have three-dimensional biomes. Do I want three-dimensional biomes? To create a storage cube specifically for. Has to be another one of those light storage cubes, I guess. Well, something similar. Maybe a biome storage cube, but or just make it to where biomes don't have IDs and it's just strings. Let's not just use a normal storage cube. That would work. Ah, well, it's for the future. Storage cube is very versatile. It's just a data storage mechanism. It can be used with any sort of data set. Literally any data set. As long as it's an array, which, I mean, any list of things is an array. Yes. It's just optimized for having a lot of the same things in, like a lot of stone, for example, or a lot of air, or a lot of the same biome, because you're in the same biome. Makes it to where it doesn't have to store each individual spot. It just stores, like, what changes, basically. Which is ironically what I used to think Minecraft did, but definitely doesn't do that. Minecraft does not just, well, in this case, it's a different kind of change. I used to think that Minecraft only stored chunks that were edited by the player. I was sorely wrong about that. It stores everything. So let me just edit it. That's fine. Just lay off of it. I can't. Thinking about Adventus right now, and I'm trying to get my, this Adventus like engine stuff. Whenever I'm trying to get this all to work, this needs to be working before I can even do that. Because I have to come back in here and fix all of it. But I'm getting too ahead of myself. So that's what I'm trying to say. So what? I'm confused now. What number is this? Oh,
Magnificabitur Christus
I see.
in
Well, that's not gonna
corpore
work. Tell you that much.
sive per vitam sive per mortem
I think something else though.
mihi. Vivere Christus.
Mm-hmm.
qui manducat
Okay.
carnem meae et
Yeah, I remember correctly now. Okay.
bibit sanguinem
Try to remember how chunks were in Adventus. They're it's a 4x4 storage cubes, so it's 64 by 64 by 64, which is actually bigger than chunk. Pretty sure in Minecraft. Maybe not. Yeah, it's 4 times bigger. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so how am I gonna do this?
Surrexit Christus et illuxit nobis quos redemit sanguine
You can hyper optimize, but I'm not doing that. Hyper optimize in this case would be like separating for fluid and separating for blocks and separating for light. So it only changed what it actually changed, but it's not really possible to know, considering updates are always flagged post facto. It's just not gonna happen. You can't do that. You don't have the information. You lose the information to know what happened. You just know that something changed at that spot. That's all you know. So it could be from any source. It's great.
Beati maculati in via
Doesn't matter for client.
ambulanti
This client just wants to re-render it, but in this case, you're having to send the data so that the client can re-render it.
gloria patri et
So
filio
it's fun.
et spiritui sancto
Okay.
sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum.
I'm going to do this.
Justus est Domine, et rectum judicium tuum. Facum servo tuo, secundum misericordiam tuam.
I'll give you a little nice little estimate.
Dominus
Probably gonna be a lot more than that, to be honest.
fortior plebis suae, et
Let's start with 8, just in case it ends up being pretty small. Alright.
protectarium Christi sui et
Alright.
salvum fac populum tuum Domine et
You don't know if that does anything. No. Okay, that's fine. Um,
Ade Domine clamabo, Deus meus nesile osame, ne quando taceas ame,
eh.
et similabor descendentibus in laco.
Does it not have the,
Gloria
oh.
Patri et Filio,
Okay, I
et
guess that's fair.
Spiritui
I guess I still have to care about,
Sancto,
yeah.
sicut erat in
I'm just gonna go ahead and yoink
principio,
all this and just toss it in here.
et nunc et semper,
You know.
et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Dominus fortitudo plebis suae, et protector
I'm not gonna need that actually, because yeah, I don't need that. The MI. Let's do it that way.
Christi sui est.
Actually, I will need that.
Salvum fac populum tuum, Domine, et benedicere reditati tue,
Alright.
et
Next thing's gonna be
Deus usque in saeculum. Pater, cum esem cum
man.
ei,
I forgot about the fact that I have to do this. Okay. Light.
ego servabam
No, that's fine.
quod dedisti mihi.
Okay.
Alleluia. Nunc autem ad evenio, non rogo tollas eos de mundo, sed ut serves eos a malo. Alleluia. Alleluia.
Wait, it's the other way around. And I kind of shot myself in the foot with this. Hold on. Oh, there goes the vroom vrooms. Can I write a string? This is so limited. This is so limited. I guess that's probably why we typically, probably use a data output stream as a...
Gaude
Man, that looks a lot more simple. I mean, it literally can't happen. So I guess I'll just... Should upgrade that to a runtime exception right there. Yeah. And don't need to close it because yeah, maybe it'll complain, I don't know. Wait, what? I guess that's fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Really care about the distributor right now.
Gaudeamus omnes in Domino, diem festum celebrantes, sub honore Mariae Virginis, de cuius solemnitate gaudent angeli et collaudat filium
I'm not sure exactly what size is useful for. Also, what would be the point of having that output stream? It's the first way to output data, so I don't really know what that's for either. This... Why am I even writing the size? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what the purpose of that is. Um, but anyway. I guess I do need to have that written. Alright. Literally can't be more than 64 anyway. So I'm gonna make this a byte. Oh, it's fine. Okay. I didn't use that. And
Benedictus es Domine docem eius vivificationes tuas. Benedictus es Domine, docem eius vivificationes in labis meis pronuncia
forgot that I was streaming for one. Oh man. Uh, all right, cool. So there's that, and now we just have to, because it's the same interface. I can just this will be helpful. Should be at least. Which one is which? It's gonna be RX. Y. Oh, wait. This should be just Y. Oh, sorry. No. Right. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we don't really care about that. And let me fix this very fake and gay. Just variable names. If you don't know what they are, it's just I. Come on. All right. Change. Wait, it's gonna be X. Old X. Just put the W in front of it instead. All right. Typo. All right, and then there'll be um I'm literally writing in the opposite way. What am I doing? It should be in the manner in which it is the parameters. Otherwise, it's gonna look weird. So then I swap around the. I guess I can do it that way instead. Huh.
Et lux perpetua luceat
Guess that'll stick with the theme and
Te decerinus Deus in Sion, et tibi redetur votum in Jerusalem. Exaudi orationem meam, ad Te omnis caro veniet. Requiem aeternam, dona
not quite correct, but it's almost correct. So here.
Et lux perpetua luceat eis. Exaudi
Eh.
nos
Oh, this goes first. I forgot. Okay. So I realize I can just straight up whack this in here and it doesn't matter. Straight up, doesn't matter. It's like a one-liner right there. Nearly a one-liner. Let's go. Very simple. All right, now we get to the hard ones. Hard ones. Not actually that hard. But maybe I don't know. It'll be somewhat difficult. Not really though. Do I believe? No, it's on 51. All right, this is the big bad boss of chunk packets. However, I've already done all the work to do this already, so I don't need to worry about it. The only thing that's a little confusing, I have to think about how I'm going to. It uses an input stream to read the data, not just a byte array. It turns out input streams are way easier to read from than byte arrays. Who could have guessed? Raw data is harder to read from than a reader that comes with it, so you can just pluck out the data you want. The good news is I can use wrappers to fix that. So what's important here? Okay. Oh, we're using compression. I guess fair enough.
Veritas meon, et misericordia mea, cum
Oh. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work anymore. And for good reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and just straight gut that. We're not doing any of this. Mm-hmm. Coram de Domine et glorificabunt nomen tuum. Quoniam magnus est tu, et faciens mirabilia. Tu es Deus solus. Alleluia. Particularly care about that right there because it'll figure it out by itself. I don't really care about these two. Okay. All that should be included in the fill, I'm pretty sure. Why is this flag? Yeah, I got all the. Why am I doing it? It should be a short. Oh well. It's the only qualm I have with this is that it should be a short. That only will have the problem. It'll be up being a long in Adventus though, because there's 64 storage cubes to a chunk. So you think of a bit like a light switch, and so if 64 on-off light switches, you need every single one of those bits has to be is for one of the positions. So it's the most compact way you can handle it, but if you want to make sure that you can denote exists a little boolean for every single little position, use bits rather than using booleans because booleans are fat, take up a lot of memory. They're not very efficient. They're just supposed to be yeah. It's like a little tiny light switch versus like a big fat like one for a room. You know, because of that whole like thing on the wall. It's supposed to like just like a little like switchboard full of like 64 light switches. They're not gonna do that. Each one gets its nice little spacing. No, they're just gonna plunk 64 light switches. It's a lot of light switches, man. I don't recommend it personally, but there's not anything explicitly wrong with it. I get like the position of the stream. I guess I can do that. I think it's this for data input stream. Not really. Well, the right bed is a little thing, I guess. Well, it's already so compactified. Then we need to like use a yeah. Then we have to use another like inflator, deflator on top of that. Uh, let's look this up. I guess if it works, it works. You know, who am I gonna see? All this. All right. Yeah, who am I to judge for all this data compression stuff? You know, I wrote my own. I wrote my own. And like, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's do more. I don't think it'll do much, to be honest. Um, maybe, probably not.
Responsum
Boom. Getting late.
accepit
All right.
meo a Spiritus Sancto
Is it not showing up the VLC thing?
non
Oh, I have to.
visurus
Right, I have to keep it open like that. Okay.
nisi
Say,
videre Christum Domini.
okay,
Domino
that's fine.
memorabor justitiae tuae
It's already gonna be pretty small, like
soli
comparatively speaking. Let me go open the storage cube class.
Deus
So remember giving a little
docuisti
estimate at the top.
a juventute mea et
Mm-hmm.
in senectam et senium Deus ne delinquas me. Iudica Domine nocentes me, expunia impuniantes me, apprehende alma et
Okay.
sudor,
Remember correctly,
in
it's gonna be
adiutorium
16 times 16. This is, yeah.
effunde frameam et
We're gonna do unlimited IDs. Or if oh, it's not even comparable.
funtur me,
Do integers, which is like, no.
hic anime me salus tua ego sum.
Say you're doing times 1.5. So it has to be 6144. I don't know, just 7. It can be up to 57 times smaller. Probably be, like a modest like 10 times smaller, but still. It's probably still worth it. I don't know. Might just, but I might just duck out. You know. I don't know. I'm not too sold on it. Those final. Yes, those are.
Et angelus Domini persequens eos. Quoniam gratis absconderunt mihi interitum laquei sui, super vacue exprobaverunt animam mea. Veniat illi laqueusque mignorat, et capsio quam obscundita prahendat eo, et in laqueum cadat in ipsum. Anima autem mea exultavit in Domino, et delectabitur super salutaris suo. Omnia ossa mea dicet, Domine qui similis tibi. Elipiens in opem de manu fortiorum eus, egenum et pauperem ad iripiensibus eum. Surgentes testes iniqui, quae ignorabam interrogabant me. Retribuebant mihi mala probonis, sterilitate anime meae. Ego autem num mihi molesti essent, induebar cilicio. Humiliabam
Okay, what did I want to do?
anima mea, et oratio mea in sino meo convertentur.
Because either I write,
Quasi proximum et quasi
yeah, either I'm writing all the light packets. Or I'm not. If I'm not writing light packets, that means the lighting engine is going to be on the client. Because what's the point having the lighting engine in the first place? It's on the client if it's doing that. The downside of that is that means you place like a light, and if your internet's terrible, it's not going to update for like, you know, like, like anything. Um, but maybe it's better that way. Let me see. How did I handle it in the set block method? Because I know. Update light. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's time to go and get my gonna be I forget what it's called actually. Oh, what am I thinking of? I don't think it existed. I think I might have deleted it. I'd have just chucked it out. This is unfortunate. It's a pain to write this stuff, but what is the idea here? Mm-hmm. Is it an actual IO method? I understand. No, because that's NBT. NBT is actual storage, which is everything. But this is just for the sake of the client, which doesn't care about much besides. Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever it updates down here, loop. This is This is assuming that we are a client. Well, okay. Here's the thing, though. I don't think it matters. The reason why I don't think it matters is because the server sends the lighting info, right? And that, because it sets up a block update, let me make sure. Make sure for sure it does that. Okay. Been a while since I've done this. I've been here maybe in this class for a bit. I remember where it is. Man.
Gaudeamus omnes in Domino diem festum celebrantes sub
Yes, that's true.
honore
I don't know if I need to specify the lighting data in the chunk.
Mariae Virginis
Hmm.
Reginae
This is this is getting beyond me. Because if okay, here's the thing. If it's true, I don't need to do that. That's true. I just need to set the blocks, and the reason why that needs to be the case is because assuming the client has a lighting updater, which I don't think I'm changing that it does, um, updating the blocks by themselves should invoke lighting updates on the client, and the client should respond and update that, like the server. Exactly the same algorithms as the server, and the client should be equal. In output, assuming the blocks are correctly put.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto
Mm-hmm.
sic ut erat in principio et nunc et
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see what needs to happen. Okay, I understand now. Well, okay, so new chunks need to have lighting data or lighting update data, as in like the positions that need to be updated. However, I don't think I need to include it for multi-block change or single block. We'll see about that though. However, I don't think I definitely don't need to include the active 52. I hate that it doesn't let me do that. It's very annoying. Okay.
De cuius solemnitate gaudent angeli et collaudant filium Dei.
Mhm.
Panis quem ego dedero caro mea est
Mhm. Vitam. Oh, it's like the same thing on steroids. Okay, I see now. Any benefit of me? I guess yes, because then you can use a deflator that goes across multiple chunks. Okay, I guess that's fair. But definitely enough to rectify all those.
Spiritum principum terribili apud omnes regens exultet gaudio pater
Yeah, if we're gonna do that, if we're gonna have a counter anyway, it tells you how large this stream is or whatever. I'm just gonna, yeah, we're gonna use that just later. Makes sense anyway. Okay.
et exultet quae genuite quam dilecta tabernacula
Gonna be
tuam Domine virtutum
sure.
concupiscit et deficit anima mea in atria Domini. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Exultet gaudio pater justi gaudeat pater tuus et mater tua et exultet quae
Why is this
genuite.
stupid? Hold on.
Omnia quae fecist in nobis Domine in vero judicio
That read int I equals 0.
quia peccavimus tibi et mandatis tuis non obedivimus, sed da gloriam nomini tuo et fac nobiscum secundum multitudinem misericordiae tuae. Beati Immaculati in via, qui ambulant in lege Domini. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Omniaque fecist in nobis Domine in vero judicio fecisti, quia peccavimus tibi et mandatis tuis non obedivimus, sed da gloriam secundum multitudinem misericordiae tuae. Beati mundo corde, quoniam ipsi Deum videbunt. Beati pacifici, quoniam filii Dei vocabuntur. Beati qui persecutionem patiuntur, propter justitiam, quoniam ipsorum est regnum caelorum.
Getting late. I have no more real commentary left over, to be honest. Kind of just a slog. Oh well. Guess I'll get in the groove of a live stream at some point. But I'm yeah, a little tired today. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Literally just gonna change it. Okay. It's very simple. All right. So that's something I can know. However, when blocks are placed, it is indeed the case, which is different from here, because in here it just is a data transfer as opposed to a set block. Set block means that it's going to go through all the appropriate channels and should work. So this was important, but all right. Now it's just a matter of doing what I need to do and all right. I'm gonna go ahead and shove everything over here. Not gonna lie, I might end up staying on a little later than usual just so I can get this done. Have to do it tomorrow. Not really certain though. Okay, so it's included. All right. That isn't supposed to be there. First of all, I should be out. Sorry. Byte array. Okay. Okay.
Gloria et divitiae in Dono eius, et justitiae manet in saeculum
I really need to yeah, that thing's gonna be stuck. 0.
Pater, cum esem cum eis, ego servabam eius, quos dedisti mihi.
Is it?
Alleluia. Nunc autem ad devenio non rogo tollas eius de mundo, sed ut
Hmm.
serves eius a malo. Alleluia. Alleluia. Sub tuum presidium confugibus, Sancta Dei Genitrix,
Yes. I'll just do it this way.
nostras deprecationes, ne despicias in necessitatius, sed a periculis tunctis, libera nos Virgo gloriosa, et benedicta.
9 plus. Wow.
Factus est repente
Oh.
de cielo sonum,
I guess I can just slap that in there. There you go. Basically just applying a deflator. It's very complicated. Not really. It's kind of annoying that you can't just, it won't just tell you how much it is because it doesn't calculate it like when you hit the finish button and store it in an array. You have to give it an array for it to store in, but I guess, I guess it's probably the best option is that, so you don't have to create a bunch of different. There's a really good option. Fight. Alright, cool.
quasi vivi voltum tum Domine requiram ne avetas faciem tuam. Amen.
Might be a good idea to add the size of it before.
Dominus illuminatio mea et salus mea quem timedo. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Exaudi Domine vocem meam, qua clamaviat Alleluia.
Oops. Okay.
Tibi dixit cor meum, quasi vivi voltum tum Domine requiram ne avetas faciem tuam. Amen. Nunc sciovere quia misit
Apparently that's what's desired.
Dominus angelum suum et eripuit me de et de omni expectatione plebis Iudeorum.
Okay.
Domine probastine et coniovisti me, tu coniovisti sessionem meam et resurrectionem meam.
It's Ray.
Gloria
strange.
Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio
Alright.
et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Nunc sciovere quia misit Dominus angelum suum.
It's even a field. Even be there.
Et
No, I shouldn't even be there.
eripuit me
Yep. Okay.
Et de omni expectatione plebis Iudeorum.
Gonna
Salve
be
Sancta
that.
Parens, enixa puerperare regem, qui celum terramque regit in saecula saeculorum. Eruptavit cor meum verbum
Oh,
bonum,
this makes sense.
dico ego opera mea regi. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Salve Sancta Parens, enixa puerperare regem, qui celum terramque
Let's see if well,
in
okay.
saecula saeculorum.
Trying to figure out if I'm able to send errors here. Or I just have to. For whatever reason, that there's a this isn't correct either. All right.
In exultatio Suscepimus Deus
It's getting about time to go to bed
misericordiam
anyway. I'm not gonna sit around here and
in
try to program for ages.
medio templi tui secundum nomen tuum Deus ita et laus tua in fines terre justitia plena est dextera tua. Magnus Dominus et laudabilis nimis in civitate Dei nostri in monte sancto eius. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Suscepimus Deus misericordiam tuam in medio templi tuum.
Didn't matter too much. Just thinking about like the ramifications of all that code. I don't think it'll matter.
Justitia plena est dextera tua.
Okay. That looks like it'll check out. Next one is this one, which is basically the same thing, but just like squared. It's a lot. What's wrong with having much chunks per packet? Actually, yeah, why not? Because like the more chunks we have per packet, the better. Like literally, if I send it all in one big, I mean, maybe it's just like a, so you don't just have this one like one gigantic block of data you're just sending the client. It's just like chewing. It's like giving someone like a whole steak and just asking them to chew on it, like no fork or anything. You're just like, it's well done. Yeah, that's gonna be here for a bit. That's basic. That's probably why there's a limit. It just makes for just 5 at a time, which is a fair limit. Actually, is it though? I mean, let's think. So in this, I'm hoping to be able to increase hardness. Let's just say for now. That's let's do scientific. Sure. 1024. Or sorry, it's gonna be yeah, 64 times 64. That's the amount of chunks. So 4096 chunks divided by 5. So 809. Yeah. That's a lot of packets. You may want to up that number. Because in 819 packets is kind of ridiculous. Make this like a 16. Actually, I have an idea. Is it used? No. It's a very long track. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway. I mean, I definitely gamed out the whole thing, but back when I was doing this, I didn't. No, this is not what it looks like in vanilla Minecraft. I rewrote this class a long time ago. Um, it's just sometimes you have to rewrite it again. Again in the future. It's just how things go when you change the whole storage system of chunks. So, yeah, this is the final frontier, though, isn't it? Of, yeah, the only thing left is chunk generation stuff. It's... One person popped in, let's see when, at 8:30. Rough. I think it'll take a bit for me to get back the steam that I had before on streaming, but it's not a huge issue. I don't care too much, to be honest. I'm just doing what I would do otherwise, and just making it public, I guess. Hopefully people will show up and I'll be able to have, just a conversation or something. I wish I had friends to program with, but it's a very solitary hobby, so none of my friends would be interested in this anyway, to my understanding. No. They're not computer people, which is probably a good thing. But they would not just be like, oh yeah, let's go sit and like hammer a keyboard for 8 hours straight. But I consider this a great success. We did a lot today. So I gotta go to bed because I'm tired. It's late. At least for me, it's late. I guess you see my clock. It's by a lot of people's standards, that's not late, but for me, it's late. So I'm going to not be degenerate and go to sleep. But tomorrow, or whenever I get back on to do this, next thing I'm gonna be working on is fixing how chunks. Actually, once I finish this last packet, which is not gonna take more than like an hour. But after that, it's gonna be these three classes. Which are, can you see that? Let me scroll up. Sorry, these three classes. I forget my webcam's in the way. That's the one that's telling me that it's bedtime. So I have to go back and watch. This is what we're doing next time is very tedious, to be honest. Just converting chunk generation formats from the format that I was using before, or that the game was using before. It's just a byte array into another byte array, but this time with a few more little fun tidbits. So not exactly sure why this shouldn't be what it is. It should be grabbing that stuff. It's not. Ah, well. Yeah. There's a lot of errors here, but they'll all get fixed. And then once all that's done, then I can launch the game and see how much stuff I broke. And there comes the fun part. Then you actually get to see me screw around in a video game. Sort of figure out what's going on. There's gonna be a lot of errors. I can tell you that for certain. There's gonna be like hundreds of bugs from all the stuff I changed. I'll have to go fix and hunt down. But that's all. That's the fun stuff underneath the hood before I did do any of the other feature stuff or the Adventus stuff is just, yeah, bug hunting for a little bit to make sure everything, at least on the surface, is fine. And then once we get past all that, then yeah, then I'll go work on other features. Once all those features are exhausted, then it's time to crack down for Adventus conversion, because it's not staying Minecraft renewed forever. I'll tell you that much. Presuppositions of this engine are going to get shattered completely in half, if they haven't already been like twice in more minor ways. But this is like changing the whole coordinate system. It's changing the coordinate system. It's changing the rendering engine. It's changing audio engine. It's changing the input engine. It's changing not changing it's not changing networking. That's the only thing I don't think it changes. Because I haven't, that's the one place I haven't actually gone like really far into it. I just haven't bothered. 'Cause it's not terribly interesting, to me at least. As a guy who does not have any people to test it with, I don't really have to bother with multiplayer besides making sure it works, consistent with what seems to have come before. But anyway, so there's an insight to what's going on next. If it's at all interesting, then show up again, I guess. Once all these errors are done, where I can't open the game properly and go, test stuff, then I'll start posting showcases on stuff that works. I'm not going to show a showcase, something that doesn't work. But anyway, that's enough out of me. You somehow watched at least some portion of this. I don't even know why. How long was it before? 3 hours? Yeah, if you need a better, more interesting show, I recommend I go watch Avoiding Babylon. They're much more interesting than I am. Trust me. They at least talk about interesting topics rather than just hammer a keyboard for 3 hours. So, thank you very much.